If I were starting as a content creator tomorrow, here are the things that I would actually buy and invest in, and the things that I would never buy again. I've tried a lot of content creation equipment. So today I'm gonna share with you what you actually need, what's a nice to have, and what you just never need to waste your money on from like an actual practical standpoint. This is a little peek behind the curtains why I'm filming in the photo studio at my co-working space. First and foremost, if you can have natural lighting, which means sunlight, film in front of a window, go on a walk, film in your car, anywhere where you get natural light on your face or subject, whatever that is going to be best case scenario. And guess what? The sun is free. So you don't even need to buy fancy light. However, if you are like me and are primarily filming in enclosed rooms that don't have any windows, doesn't have any access to natural light, here's what I would recommend. I have had quite the journey with lighting. I've made a lot of really poorly lit videos, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much, but if you want that nice studio lighting feel, here's what I would recommend. I actually don't even own these myself. These are part of the co-working space that I am a part of. It's called the RFC. If you're in St. Louis, you absolutely need to join. It's a no-brainer, but these are the two lights that I'm using all the time. This is a GVM branded light. You can see it really puts like a nice filtered bright light on my face, and it helps a lot with the shadows. This is my go-to light. I use it all the time. If you're an RFC member watching this, don't steal this on the days I need it because I can't live without it. I will also link all of these products down below too, but these are not that expensive of lights. So if you're actually looking to invest in good lighting, this is a great option. You don't need a giant softbox. These are really easy to collapse down. They're just on a normal tripod, and then they attach right here. The other light that I use, this is the Neewer, Neewer brand. It's the same in that you can turn the dials to make it more yellow or bright, light or dark. And what I often do is I will have the softbox style light that's right here in front of my face, and then I'll have this one kind of coming at me from the side but off camera, just to help balance out the shadows on my face. Now, there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned ring light either. I have one at home. They're great. They work well. I just find that these more like paneled lights, I'm sure there's a real name for them. I don't know it. I find these to be far more effective, but if all you have is a ring light, that's a great start. But again, best lighting is sunlight. So if you can film in front of a window, do that. It's free. Okay, next let's talk about audio. Here's the thing. You don't need one of these fancy mini mics, especially if you're just getting started. Here's where they come in handy. Your phone microphone is totally fine. It works great unless you have a lot of background noise. If the places you're filming, you often have background noise, then I want you to get a mini microphone. I have two different versions to show you. When I tell you I have ordered probably 4 of these cheap mini microphones from Amazon, like 4 different brands, because the cheap ones honestly kind of suck. There's lots of like cracking and background, like it honestly just gives you a new problem. However, this is the only brand that I found of the cheap mini mic versions that doesn't suck that bad. It comes with a couple different microphone covers too for this. It has one that's like furry, kind of like this, that I like more. I just can't find it right now. But that's because I don't use this microphone anymore. I just still have it just in case. This is my go-to microphone now. This is the Rode Wireless Me. There's a few different Rode versions. This was plenty for what I need it for. And it's really great because I can film my content at my co-working space where there are people working in other rooms, and I don't have to worry about my audio picking up their audio. It's gonna just pick up like what I'm speaking into it. It sounds way better. The other really cool thing about this too is you can buy one of these attachments. So here's how this works. This just comes off and the mini microphone slides right in. I can take this little bunny tail off. This also comes in a lot of fun colors, by the way. And then I can put this on here. And this is actually how I film most of my YouTube videos. This is how I get my content to sound way better, especially in areas where there's definitely background noise, and I can cut that out. With that being said, you don't need a mini microphone just to create content, especially for like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever. You don't need that. If you're ready to invest in something, I would honestly recommend just going straight for like a Rode mini mic. The other good option is a DJI mini mic. like a lav mic, but I went with the Rode for reasons I can't remember. It doesn't really matter, but they're both good microphones. This is the one I use, and I like that I can get it in white. I got a 2-pack so that if I ever was like interviewing with somebody, they both could be picked up by the transmitter that's hooked into my phone. It's very easy to use. I didn't have to download anything fancy. Really, really, really happy with this microphone. Next is tripods. If you buy anything to start creating content, get a tripod. You don't need fancy lights. You can use a window. You don't need fancy mini microphone to like feel legit online. You don't need that. You need a tripod. That's it. And they're cheap and are so compact. I'll link the one I'm currently using and then this one. But the only things I really look for in a tripod are that they can fold down and be compact. You can hold them, you know, like as a selfie stick style, whatever. This one's actually MagSafe, so your phone can just stick to it. The one that is holding my phone right now to film this video is like a clamp that just clamps down on my phone. But the other thing is get one that can extend really far. If you're standing up, you want to be able to have it stretch at least as tall as you are. And I am a tall girly, so that is important. But these just flare out and you've got a little tripod that can just extend whatever height or angle you might need. The other nice thing that both of my tripods have actually are these little clickers. So I could pull the remote off, and if I'm taking video of myself or photos of myself, I can just hit the capture button and it would start or stop my camera. That's a nice little feature to have. Also, not a necessity. You don't need that, but if you want it, that's an option. Get a tripod, it's worth it. I don't care which one you get. If you must have something extra for propping up your phone someplace, I don't even know what these are called. Like a flexible little tripod where you can wrap it around things or set it up in different areas and kind of like let it be wherever it needs to go. Do you need it? No, but does it come in handy? Sometimes, so that's an option. Lastly, this is like a little Octo Buddy. You can get full phone cases that have these little suction cups. I prefer this one because it's MagSafe, so it just sticks to the back of my phone and I can use it when I want to, but I don't have to always have it on there. I find them kind of annoying to have 24/7 because you like set your phone down on the countertop and then you have to like yank it up just to like, you know, move to another room or whatever. But this one's really nice because it comes on and off really easily, but then I can just stick my phone to a wall or a mirror or something that's suctionable. Nice to have. Do you need it? No. Is it worth the $12? Sure. Tools. This is a little monitor that I can clip on the back of my phone so that I can use the back camera, which is a way better camera than the front camera on the iPhone. And this little camera, I can essentially Bluetooth my screen from my iPhone to this little camera situation, and I can either stick it to the back of my phone or I can just like have it over to the side, and it just shows me like how I framed the picture while still using the back camera. You can also though do that from your laptop, which is what I'm doing right now. That's how I film my YouTube videos, is I just use my phone and I screen mirror onto my laptop so I can actually see like in the monitor how the shot is framed and make sure that my head's not like cut off or whatever. But this is a handy dandy little tool that if that's important to you, I do think this is worth it. I'll link the one I have. There's a bunch of different options. My biggest issue with this is every time I want to use it, it's dead. So don't be like me and just keep your stuff charged. And I think you'll find this to be really helpful. This is a little selfie light situation, but this is MagSafe, so you can actually stick it to the back of your phone. So it's a nice way if you're just doing like a little selfie moment to have some direct light on you while filming some content. And you can turn up the brightness or whatever, makes it a lot brighter. It helps, right? It also has like a clip option too if I just wanted to clip it to the top of my phone, but it's really nice that it just sticks to the back of my phone and I can hold it and then film content like this. So that's an option. Next is another MagSafe accessory. This is a little mirror that MagSafes to the back of my phone. So if I wanted to just do a quick like selfie style video with the back camera, I can see in this mirror what I look like and that I'm in the frame-ish. Obviously, I can't see what the full frame looks like, but it's good enough to know like, okay, I'm centered, I can see it here, and can film content with the back camera without like a mirroring tech setup situation like I showed you a little bit ago. Last but not least are my Meta Ray-Ban glasses. Are these a need to have? No, but are they super fun to play with? For sure. What's fun about these is I can turn them on. Now they're on, and I can wear them out. Just told me the battery was 100%. I can listen to music in them. I can talk on the phone in them. Very cool. Press and hold, and now it's taking a video. Anything I'm looking at is recorded in my glasses, and then it will upload to my phone. So it's a really fun way to get like point of view content, vlogging content, tutorial style content. You can also just take photos by just clicking once rather than clicking and holding. Super fun. And they just charge in the glasses case. Very cool. These were gifted to me though, so. Now let's talk about editing your content. Can be a lot of work. It really can. So I want you to do whatever is in your wheelhouse. As far as editing goes, it's better to have your content out there than to spend 8,000 years editing. However, I am gonna start doing a few series on how I edit because I get this question a trillion times, but I primarily use CapCut to do all of my editing. I do occasionally use a platform called Descript, which allows you to edit with the transcript, which is really nice. So I'll sometimes start there and edit out any pauses or large breaks, or I'll just like cut out entire paragraphs of things that I've said that I'm like, I actually don't really need that in my video, blah, 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 blah. That's a really nice place to start. And then I will bring it into CapCut and I'll do all of my fancy editing there, export it, and then publish it onto Instagram, YouTube, wherever. Some other options that are a little more user-friendly are Instagram edits, Adobe Express. That's what I would recommend. But if you want to be a little more advanced, CapCut is a great, like user-friendly, but more advanced option. I'm going to actually start teaching myself Premiere Pro, which is an Adobe product. I'm going to Adobe Max in a month and signed up for a ton of sessions to learn Premiere Pro, which I'm very excited about. But CapCut is a perfect middle ground where it has advanced features, but it's pretty user-friendly. You can do it all from your phone. I actually do 90% of my editing on my laptop though, on the desktop version of CapCut. I find it to be way easier because I'm doing a lot more intricate edits. But with that being said, if you want some editing tutorials from me, which have been wildly requested, leave a comment below. Let me know if there's anything specific you want me to teach you, and I'm gonna start creating tutorials for you on this channel too. So hit subscribe so that you get those. If I were to start over tomorrow, here is my list of priorities of things I would buy. First would be tripod. Next would be probably my mini mic, only because I film a lot of content in places that are not silent. I have tiny children at home that are constantly screeching, or I'm in my co-working space where there are people living their lives outside of the rooms that I'm filming in. So that would probably be second for me. But then third would be one of these box lights or like paneled lights with the softbox filter over top of it. That's all I need to do 99% of my content. And then obviously getting really good at editing has been huge for my content, which I use CapCut for. So there are tons of options. Don't waste your money on content tools you don't need. I need you to have a window and an iPhone and you are set. Actually, you don't need an iPhone. That was really phonist of me. You can have whatever phone you have. You need a camera phone, which everyone has. So if you have any specific questions about any of this gear, leave them in the comments below. I am happy to do a follow-up video. Hit subscribe for those editing tutorials that I promised you, and let me know what else you want to know about how I create content. Have a great day. Goodbye.